It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Let that weird music transport you. It's time to enter the final frontier. So yesterday we reported on the incredible news that NASA's Opportunity rover has just celebrated 5,000 days on Mars. Are those Mars days or Earth days? We'll find out. Martian days, actually. And to mark the occasion, the little robot sent back its first full-body selfie, believe it or not. Today, as we head into the final frontier, we're going to unpack what the rover has achieved in its incredible 14-year stint on the little red planet. Now, standing in for our regular astronomer, we have the awesome Dr. Imogen Whittam in studio. She is a postdoctoral fellow at UWC. Very impressive title. Very impressive job. It's so cool, I would imagine, to be working in your field right now. When I talk about Martian days, obviously they are slightly, 40 minutes, in fact, longer than Earth days. How did we figure this all out?
Well, astronomers first measured the length of a Martian day in the 17th century.
How?
Yeah, by looking at dark patches on Mars's surface and recording how long it took to rotate through 360 degrees. So we've actually been studying Mars for a really long time.
Understandably so, and it has such a deep connection to our culture as well, obviously from classical culture right the way through the ages. We absolutely love that, but it's taken on a new relevance with the idea of actually landing on Mars, now sending humans to Mars. But there has been a little figure named Opportunity that's been there from the very beginning. It was only, is this correct, that it was only meant to last 14 days, and we are now 14 years down the line?
So the original mission length was 90 Martian days. And in fact, it was thought that the rover wouldn't survive the first Martian winter. But as we've seen, it's now been operating for 5,000 Martian days, which is incredible. I mean, this is a combination of the fact that the rover was very well built,
clearly,
and a little bit of luck that nothing's broken, but also the fact that it's solar powered. So as long as the Earth's sunlight is able to hit the solar panels, it still has power to move around, communicate with Earth, and all that sort of stuff. And in fact, there have been some problems with dust building up on the surface of the solar panels, but luckily, wind in Mars's atmosphere has blown the dust off to keep the solar panels
really
clean.
was the perfect tool to use in this context. And obviously, I mean, a lot of conspiracy theorists out there are looking for the photos that we haven't been shown, but we, of course, have been shown a number of incredible photos. What has been the most relevant or the most impressive, from your perspective, discoveries related to this incredible piece of technology?
So the rover's been operating continuously for the 5,000 Martian days that it's been on the planet, and has sent back a huge amount of data for scientists here on Earth to analyze, including over 225,000 images, some of these remarkable images that you can see here. And there have been a large number of discoveries. Perhaps the most exciting is in 2011, it found mineral veins in rocks on Mars's surface, which are the clearest sign yet that there was once flowing water on the surface of Mars. And of course, that's exciting because we think that water is key for life as we know it to exist. So,
do you think, in your heart, you know, and you can really let this be an emotional thought process as much as a scientific one, do you think we will discover signs of life, possibly bacteria? How do you think that will happen on Mars?
Well, the Opportunity rover has shown that in the past, conditions on Mars were such that they would have been hospitable to life. But of course, that doesn't mean that life necessarily existed. And whether or not we find life, that's the billion-dollar question. And I mean, so the Opportunity rover in the past 14 years has traveled 45 kilometers. So that's about the distance from here in Cape Town to Stellenbosch. Which is a long way for a tiny rover on a distant planet.
That's self-powered, yeah.
But actually, it's only explored a tiny fraction of Mars's surface. So who knows what we might find on the rest of the planet.
And in those photos, we haven't been shown yet.
Well, and of course, if things go to plan, then in the not too distant future, perhaps we'll have humans on Mars, and that's a whole new era for studying Mars.
There will be life on Mars, and we'll put it there. I absolutely love that. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having
me. It blows
me.
my mind what we have achieved already, and we've only just begun to scratch the Martian surface in this case.